Welcome everyone, welcome to the crypto analysis channel by Dragon30. As usual, we'll try to see Bitcoin and gold right together, right guys? Okay, so yesterday I couldn't continue from the halfway, but there was a full TP bash. We have been bashing the market again and again, right? So that was cool, right? With everyone, hope everyone got a good haul from there, right? So every day it doesn't mean that it's a bashing day, right? But we'll try to see the market together, right? Okay, so today I haven't taken any setups till now, all right, but I was waiting for the my live stream, right? So we'll try to see what's happening with the Bitcoin and gold, and we try to accordingly try to uh, fine for the setup, right guys? Okay, so hope everyone is doing good, right guys? Okay, just manage your risks well. Everything is not about the setups, right guys? Okay, so it's about your risk management and everything gets involved over there, right? Okay, so we just like the which will play a big role in your trading journey, right guys? Okay, so this was the setup that I have taken yesterday, right? So that was a full TP that gave us almost 3% down on a downside, right? Okay, guys. So in fact, right now the market have seen a small boom on upper side, right? Quick boom on upper side. Okay, so that we have seen a small move on upper side, right? 1.47 percentage have been regained on the Bitcoin on the downside move. So will this move be able to crash, push the market towards the upper side or not, right? Or that will it be that towards the downside, right? Okay, so let's try to see. Okay, guys. So let's try to go with our daily time frame firstly, right? I have deleted everything, right? So you can see over here, right, clearly and understand one more time what's happening with the Bitcoin, and we'll try to analyze together, right? So you get some informations what's happening with the Bitcoin, right? Yeah. Hey, evening, need to be. Hi, brother. How are you, brother? All right. You good? You good? All right. So let's see. Okay, so Bitcoin have tried to break out last time on a Saturday. All right, Saturday and Sunday we see Sunday, right? Sunday we see there is a small breakout on upper side, but later on the Bitcoin seems to be not able to hold above the upper side, not making a bullish on the upper side. So when I'll start buying above this level only when it gets through on upper side, then only I will be confident on holding a very long buy as well, right? So at least I have some levels whereby the Bitcoin have cleared through, right? So I will start buying above these levels only, guys. Okay, this is for your informations, right? Okay, so what I'm doing, right? Hey brother, hope everyone's doing good. Welcome guys. All right, so this is the level whereby the market have tried to break out. Firstly it broke out towards the downside, and if it happens to today, right, if the market happens to close below $60,803, that's going to be a big crash and a downside for the Bitcoin one more time. This is what I feel, right guys? Okay, but nothing financial advice, but this is only for the education purpose. Right now we can see that the market is in the middle of deciding which side it should be moving, right guys? And it right in this levels of the middle, right, it has a chances of, if it happens to get a small breakout, it has a chance of testing this level one more time as well, right? But if the market happens to get repeated rejection from this levels, and if it happens to clear below this $60,800, that we can see a big crash on a downside. That's also more possible, right? Okay, but for the buying things, right, so if it happens to clear out from this level $63,580 on upper side, then I might like to see a good move on upper side for a bigger move, or I will be trying to see a bigger move on upper side whereby I will be holding a little bit long, right? So why to take risks on a small downs right now on a this level for the buys, right? So when it gets confident, this is my buying zone whereby I will be trying to get a confident. I will try to see few factors that it is respecting or not, right? If it happens to get rejection from this level one more time, that is going to be again a great big crash. And if it happens to close below towards the downside on a 1 hour time frame, right guys? So this is actually what I feel on a one day time frame, right guys? Okay, so for now Bitcoin is right in the middle. It can go on the upper level as well as a downside, all right? So slightly bearish, whereby this can be acting as a retest as well as at the same time if it happens to close below this candles, right? So we are waiting for this candle to close, right? If it happens to close below these levels, you might like to see a big crash on a downside on the Bitcoin. That's what I feel. All right guys, okay, hope that is clear for you all. Let's try to go in a smaller time frame and try to see what's happening with the Bitcoin one more time, right? Okay, so right exactly at the support it have, this is the level whereby the market tries to break out on upper side last time, all right, on a the one FPG was left in these levels, right, whereby the market tried to fill up that one. All right, so after filling the FPG, we can see right after filling the FPG, right, there is again a pump which have been, right, this level is acting as a so good buying zone for the people. All right, so that can be a good good faking zone as well, but okay, good buying zone as well, right? So one more time, I think the Bitcoin needs to crash all the way towards the downside. So I'm expecting if it happens to close below, right? So we'll try to see whether the Bitcoin can reach on a downside move or not. It will give. So at least I'm trying to expect the price to move towards the $59,000 towards the downside if it happens to clear below this 60,000 range. So we'll be closely watching this. Will this clear below these levels or not? All right, guys, this is what I feel. All right, okay, so nothing much financial advice, right? Okay. On a 4 hours time frame, what we have seen last time, right, it have tried to create one support in these levels, right, whereby the market tries to clear below these levels and done a small retest whereby we were shorting in this level, big candles on a downside, whereby you have traced yesterday with me towards the downside 3% move, right? Big candles, you have traced it, right? So for a big candles one more time, right, so you will be, if you wait below this level, it will be a nice, right, if it gives you good confirmations in this level, it might like to try a little bit on upper side as well as, right, so it might like to fake you out in this level for the buyers as well as, right, the sellers, right? So most probably I'm hoping for the buyers to get trapped in this levels, but I cannot say this is 100% sure, right? Okay. So in this level, whereby I'll be expecting the price to fake you out a little bit, right? And for the short zone, right, if you are looking for the 1 hour time frame, right, once it clears out on upper side while coming down below this levels, I'll be trying to short below this levels, right? So that can be one good zone for me to short it towards the downside, right? Okay, at the same time, if you try to check on this levels, all right, so you have this resistance in this levels whereby the market try to break out on upper side, get a rejection. So we make sure that while going on upper side, it doesn't hold above $62,210 on upper side. So for the downside move, right, if it happens to break above these levels, that is going to be an invalid zone for the hours selling zone, which means that the market have again regained an upper side, whereby it will try to go up and try to retest one more time on upper side, right? So most probably I will be looking for the short position one more time in these levels, whereby I will be expecting price whether it will do it or not, but I don't know, right? But if in fact if it happens to do it in these levels, right, I will expect one more move towards the downside, right? So I'll be waiting for the short position in this levels, right, on a 1 hour time frame. So we'll try to see in a smaller time frame as well if he happens to get one more chances, right, towards to go towards the downside, right? So this is the level whereby I'll be expecting the price to go down. So I'll be waiting for the price to go down and expect. In fact, if it happens to never get a rejection from the top, this short is going to be invalid for us, right? So what you are checking on, so you are checking on the one breakout towards the downside, right? This was the support that you have on a 1 hour time frame. It tried to break out below, right? It got a rejection one more time, right? And this is the retest that is the doing on a 1 hour time frame, right? In fact, if it happens to go for the retest, if it gets a rejection from the top and try to close below this levels, I'm going to short one more time and try to go towards the downside, and I'll try to trace around 3 to 4% on a downside, right? This is what I feel for now. All right, guys, this is nothing financial advice, guys. Make your own research before you move in, right? In fact, so another chance what the Bitcoin can do in this level is, right, so if it happens to hold above this level, then it might like to trace till the $62,952, and then from there, so accordingly we can plan on upper side. But in fact, so what I'm waiting for is until and unless the Bitcoin haven't clears out these levels, all right, these levels on our daily time frame, I'm not looking for any long positions for now, all right? So in fact, if it happens to clear out above this level, then only I will be trying to go for the confident buys on upper side, whereby I will see a big candles moving on upper side. Nothing like aggressive fake outs, right? But big candles moving on upper side, not a fake out moves, right? Not a pressures, right? But a cool buying zone for me, right? So that is a level of interest for myself, right? So this I'm what I'm looking for, this levels, right, guys? Okay. So your thing is, for my duties right now is, well, while it's going on upper side, will it get a rejection from this levels or not? All right, if it gets rejection from this level and try to close below this level, I'm going to get a confident shot on the downside, and I try to short it towards the downside till 59,000 $100, right? And accordingly I'll try to plan towards the downside. Okay, so let's try to go on a smaller time frame right now, maybe a 15 minutes time frame, and try to see what's happening inside the 15 minutes time frame as well, right? So that we'll try to get us closer, try to get exact entry for ourselves, right? Okay, guys. Okay, well, let's try to see a 15 minutes time frame. All right. So market tries to break below this levels, right? Okay. Break below this levels, and even in the 15 minutes time frame it broke below, right? This is the third level of retest that the market is doing in this levels, right? So after the retest, right, if the retest is being done, right, so it will be so confident for us to plan for the shots, right? So we are waiting for the retest to be done, right? So maybe it's incomplete retest that is being done, right? So one level of swap is given in this levels, right, whereby the market is trying to move on upper side, right? So it's small right now. If you try to short below this level, it won't be very confident, right? Okay, in fact you can try to go with a small fund, but while going on upper side, right, if it happens to break out from above this levels, then there your short becomes invalid, right? So for that reason, what I will be doing in this level is wait for the price to move on upper side, get rejection, and come below this level. That is going to be a more confident for me, right? So in fact there is a one level whereby the market tries to break out below this levels, try to create one support in this levels, right? So this is also one level whereby I can look for the one confident one risky shot if I'm trying to trace from the top, right? A little bit risky, but since it, so you're expecting that while coming on a downside you should break below this levels, right? But at the same time you will be tracing this levels, all right, from the top, right? So this level will be traced almost 0.5 percentage advantage you will be having from the top, right? So that might be an advantage for you all, right, to go on a downside, right? Okay. So even though if the market tries to get rejection from this level and try to move on upper side, you can close on the break even. That it can be one chances for you all, right? So one chances of getting on the downside is this level, right? And another chances of getting down towards the downside can be this levels, whereby you will be looking forward for the short positions right after it get rejection from the top, right? So more risks, more advantage that you have from the top. If you are trying to plan for a short from this levels, you can go with a small fund only, right? You cannot go with a big fund. In fact, if it happens to go for the retest, then you are going to get bash off in this levels, right, guys? Okay. So it's up to your hand, right? So what you can do is, even if you are planning from this levels, you might like to go the small fund and try to go for the big fund, the normal fund, once it gets rejection from the top. That can be a little bit risky for you all, but in fact if you are trying to look for the confidence sales, that let it do the retest first, then after that one it will be a confident short for you all. Then getting a rejection from the top can be a little bit confident for you all, in fact, right? So that can be a good zone for you all to make good dollars, right? Okay, guys. Hi, Mbete, Chris Simba. All right, welcome, brother. Welcome. Okay. So in fact, okay, if it happens to get rejected, if it happens to get passed through this level, that is going to be MSS for you all. Market trying to change the structure, the shift. All right. So whereby you will be looking for the long positions, right, for the scalping upper side. But most probably, right, I'm expecting price to get rejection from this levels and trying to drop one more time towards the downside, right, guys? Okay, this is my aim for now, all right? So it may go right or not, all right? But in fact, if it happens to go for the good rejection from that level, I can plan one more shots on the downside, right? One risky shot from this levels, right? And one confident shot once it happens to clear below this levels. But I'm not trying to look for the long positions right now. If it happens to look for the long positions above this level, you can target only up to the $63,400. Otherwise you are not sure whether it's the price is going to go up, and try to clear on the what daily time frame or not. Firstly, the daily time frame retest try to close below the zone for now, okay? So which is a little bit dangerous for the long side planners right now. All right, this is what I feel, okay? So nothing much financial advice, try to make your own research, but this is what I feel, okay? Do I look so ugly in this in the slide today? All right. Okay, just let's try to wait and try to see, okay, what's going to happen, right? Okay, we'll try to see, but most probably I'll be looking for the one fake out zone in this level and trying to push the market towards the downside only. All right. Okay, let's try to go with the smaller time frame, that is 5 minutes, the minimum that we can do go, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so market, if on the 5 minutes time frame it try to give you all the no sale zone right now, all right? In fact you have one, right, whereby the market tries to break out below these levels, right, and try to again clears below these levels, right. Let it clear below these levels, right, and you might like to see the price moving on upper side for the retest, right. Let it clear below these levels firstly, okay. Just wait, let it clear below this level. You have one resistance zone in this levels, all right. I mean the support zone, all right. So the market tried to break out below this support, right. It broke out and the small retest was done, got a rejection. One more time retest is being taken in this levels for the shots, right. Okay. Let's try to wait, okay. So after it breaks out, and if it happens to give us a one retest from the top, that will be a beautiful, right. Okay guys, that's going to be a beautiful for you all, right. So one scalping can be taken, which I don't like. I don't have any interest on upper side right now. All right. If you are planning aggressively, once it happens to break down below this level and try to clear us out on upper side, one scalping 1% can be taken on upper side. This is what I feel. All right. Okay, guys, while going for the retest, but in fact, if it happens to never do a good retest from the top, then you are going to bash off. So I'm not letting you to go for this planning on longs right now. All right. So not a financial advice though, that's up to you whether to go for the longs or not. All right. Okay, those who are watching me for the first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, right, so that you guys don't miss my live streaming from Monday to Friday sessions, right. The crypto analysis and dragon, right. Okay. So every day I come on a live stream and try to find the setups for you with you all and try to see which is the risky one, which is a confident one, right. And after that, if we get bashed off, we just take that one and just go home and sleep, right. If we get a profit, that's well and good, right. So yeah, so 1 2 trades may like to go for the wrong as well, but when you're making profits, try to make a good profits, right. So that's what I do, right. Usually whenever I try to trade as well, I try to get bashed off with the market as well, but the thing is like whenever you're trying to make profits, if you're making a good profit 3% 4%, if you're losing it 0.2% 0.3%, that's fine, right. So this is what I feel usually, right. Okay guys, hi, hey Draven, hey, wow, Draven, I see you early today. All right, welcome brother, welcome once more time, right. Lely, all right. Hi brothers, welcome everyone, welcome. All right. So small pullback is given in upper side, but don't get faked out with this one. This is market not able to, everyone is selling, market is not trying to push the market towards the downside. It is giving hope for you all. Don't try to get a scam in this levels, right. So most of the time you try to get scam, but is it true or not, I also don't know, but most of the time it tries to scam you a lot in this levels. Try to be a little bit careful, right guys. All right. Okay, so far so cool. So hope you are getting my instruction carefully. If you try to get my instruction carefully, then that will be a beautiful for you all to get a setups right. Okay. So my main aim is like to go till $59,000. If it happens to clear the $59,000, I might like to trace all the $56,000 also on a downside. But in fact, if there is no structural change on upper side, that is what I'm aiming for, right. If it happens to go on upper side and try to break out few resistance on the upper side in a smaller time frame, not only on daily time frame, it might like to give a small pump back on upper side as well. But most probably playing around here and there, the main by today, right, midnight, I might like to see the price dropping a little bit right towards the $59,000. So this is what I'm expecting, but it may not be true as well. If it is not able to do this Wednesday, maybe we'll be expecting till Sundays to go to all the way towards the downside, right. Okay, if the market is not able to hold on upper side on a daily time frame, all right, the candles, right. My trade active for sell side, all right, Mohammed, all right, good to know that. I'm Alfred. What time are you online for analysis? All right, so usually I try to come on 11 to 14 UTC, right? Okay, I try to come on online, but a little bit late these days from yesterday. I got a little bit of emergency and I was trying to over here help the community a little bit, right? Whatever I can, right? So because of that one, I was just getting somewhere disturbed and I had to leave yesterday's live as well, like towards the end, right, a little bit, right, running on the trades, and I went up. All right, in fact I try to left the message for you all so that you can see that what's happening with me, right. So yeah, those who are watching me for the first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All right. Okay, so whatever I do is best for yourself only, right, and myself as well, right. Okay, so I don't want you all to lose the money and try to analyze over here whatever I whatever I do is hoping that it might benefit you somewhat, or maybe a small, right? It may not be very big, but I try to get a small hope for you all, right? Okay, so this is what I feel. All right, guys. So far so cool. That's a water. Okay. All right, so we'll be trying to check on a gold as well, right? So yesterday gold, I didn't check what's happening. Gold yesterday I couldn't check for you, all right. So follow the instruction carefully. If you have any doubts, you can just ask, drop the message on a downside, right? Oh, gold crash all the way towards the downside. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Gold, guys, hope you have all taken it, the gold, right? Okay. This was the yesterday setups. We are planning on a downside that crashed all the way towards $4,153. If you don't believe this crash was already expected, that I have left this message almost 1 to 2 weeks ago only. If you are watching my live stream continuously, that I'm expecting the price. I was expecting the price to drop all the way towards the downside from this level only. I have given you the informations that all right, the market is going to drop all the way towards the downside, and I'm expecting at least still this levels towards the downside, right? And from yesterday I was planning to this levels, right? And the market crashed all the way towards the downside. I have given you all the information, the one retest is left as well, right? So the information was already given, so how to react is up to you, right, guys? Okay, so you see that what the market happened to do exactly. It tried to go up and try to fill up the retest that it have left on a down upper side and try to crash on the downside, right, guys? It was swapped all the way because that just the retest was left. The market was aggressively on the downside, right? So what I was telling to you all on the gold, right, on the last week market it was trying to fake you out on a down upper side. That was never a good hope for you all, right? So market was flying from this levels on upper side, right, guys, on our last week, right? So so people were aiming to go for the upper side, and this is what I said. So everyone is selling, right, in the market. So who is going to give the profits for the sellers, right? So market try to fake you around, try to give the hope that is on upper side, right, and try to crash from this all the way towards the downside, right? If you don't believe, you can go back to my live streaming the 1 week ago and try to see that it's a Saturday or Friday that I have planned the levels, these levels to come in this towards the downside. In fact, we'll try to see the now what's happening one more time, right? So we hope that was a good profit for you all yesterday, that I have given you all the informations that it's going to retest and it try to drop towards the downside, right? So if you have been watching me continuously, like, all right, so you will be getting information. This information, today's information, is going to be helpful for tomorrow's as well, right? So at the same time, I was planning for you all on a bigger time frame as well as on a smaller time frames, right? So which was very good for you all. At least the market will try to close below these levels, right, for now. All right. So this is what I feel, right? So market again try to gold market will again crash towards below the $4,106 on a downside. This is what I'm feeling right now. All right, so we'll see whether the market tries to come up from the sudden levels, right? So most probably, if it happens to hold up on upper side, that's well and good. Even if it happens to get rejection on daily time frame one more time and try to close below the previous low on a downside, then again the gold market is going to crash all the way towards the downside. This is what I feel for now. All right. Okay. So most probably the gold market crash is not yet over. There's getting a big bears on the downside for the gold, right? Okay, at the same time for the BTC as well, right? So we have been planning, right, on a downside aggressively, right? So so we have been seeing these levels whereby the market, so in fact, so one time, all right, from these levels or a little bit on downside, one more time the pullback will be given on a gold. All right, so you might like to see that level one more time, so whereby the market, wherever it tries to claim back, right, it will try to touch this level one more time and crash again one more time on a downside, right? This is what I feel for now. All right, nothing much financial advice. We'll try to see what's happening. So this is a level whereby the market needs to crash towards the downside one more time. So that can be a good hope for you all to scalp on a downside one more time if you see on a smaller time frame that scalping opportunity or not, right? So let's get back to the smaller time frame and try to see whether we are getting any opportunities on a downside one more time or not, right, guys? Okay. So most probably the market is on 4 hours time frame. We can't see anything's levels, right? So small levels have been developed whereby the market have a chances of doing a retest one more time in these levels, right? Okay, so we are expecting on a downside. At the same time, we don't forget that we need to look for the both ways, right? Whether the market is trying to claim back and for the retest or not, right? Okay, so if it happens to claim for the retest, this level can be retest, that is $4,282, right? Whereby the market on a 4 hours time frame it tried to break down on a downside, and at such a no good retests have been given, small retests have been given, whereby the market try to reject that level and try to crash towards the downside. All right, guys. Okay. So candles. All right, so let's try to go on a one hour time frame for the gold, right, and try to see what's happening with the gold, right? Okay, so understanding the market is so important, guys. Don't try to chase the setups, right, guys? And when you understand the market, it becomes easy to make money in the wherever you see. You try to get, you get lots of protection from the market. Okay, so this is what I feel. All right. So market, all right, so market tries to crash down below this levels, try to break out below this levels, and try to again get a rejection and try to go on a downside. All right, okay, and it closed below the breakout levels, which is making a bearish in a 1 hour time frame. The market looks bearish in a downside. All right, on a 1 hour time frame for now. All right, guys. Okay, let's try to go on a 15 minutes time frame one more time. Right, so are you waiting for the last retest that is going to be happening in this levels? Right, okay. So you'll be waiting whether the market is trying to claim an upper side or not. So for now, the market is trying to break out towards the downside for the gold, right? Okay. The market tried to break out below these levels, right? And it is coming for the retest. If it happens to claim towards the downside one more time on a 15 minutes time frame, again the bearish towards downside. So you're observing in this levels is what you are trying to absorb is this in this levels, right, guys? So you will see whether the market is trying to pass above this level or not. All right, that's only the thing that you will be observing, right? If it is able to pass on upper side, in fact if it's not able to go on upper side, again you can plan one short positions in this levels, whereby I said that the shorts market is not completed yet over, right, guys? So one more time you can plan your shots on a downside, right? Okay, and at least you can try to claim 1.27 percentage on a downside. All right, so not directly, right, once it tries to clear out on upper side, right? So this can be seen, right, whereby the market you see whether it is trying to break out on this levels and try to stay above or not. If it is not able to hold above on upper side, right, you'll see one more time trying to crash on a downside. But in fact, if the market tries to hold on upper side, you might like to see a small pullback on upper side, right, whereby you'll be trying to uh trying to uh trying to go in this levels, right? You need to observe very carefully in this level, whereby you are not getting bashed, right? Once it passes on upper side, you are going to you are getting retested on upper side or not. Small retest can be pullback can be seen in this level. In fact, if it happens to never get a rejection from this level on a smaller time frame, you'll try to see on a 5 minutes time frame whether it is trying to get a rejection or trying to get a through on upper side, right, in this levels, right? Okay, so this is a one level whereby the gold can go 1% on upper side, and downside if it happens to break below this level, big crash can be expected on downside as well. All right, on the downside, all right, let's try to go on a 5 minutes time frame. So you'll be observing in these levels as well, right, whereby the market try to get a repeated rejection 3 times, getting a rejection in these levels, and market trying to close below these levels, right? Okay, one short position can be seen on the 5 minutes in these levels. All right, so one more time, right, one more time, the short position can be seen in these levels for you all, right? But if you are trying to get confident, you wait for the price to get a rejection from the top and trying to plan on a downside, it would be a beautiful one for you all to get a confident trade on a downside. But in fact, if you wanted to aggressively plan, you will see that one scalping can be traced on the downside one more time from this levels towards the downside once it try to clear below this levels on a downside, right, guys? Okay, a little bit risky for now, but in fact one retest is one more time left, but you cannot hold very long in this levels if it happens to close below this levels, right? Okay, so what you're trying to say is in this levels, what I'm trying to say is market tried to crash towards the downside and got a rejection from the top, and if it is trying to clear below this levels, you will see one more scalping on a downside, whereby market will try to close below this levels, right? So once it tries to trace below, you will try to keep very small scalping right now, right? Okay, so once it try to retest from the top, right, okay, then you will be getting a big scalping on the downside, which means that which is going to be a confident long or shorts for you all, right? So let the market to flow a little bit, right, on upper side or downside, right, and then you can try it on upper side or downside accordingly. All right, guys. Okay, So wait for the market to get rejection above rejection from this level, or try to get through an upper side, right? Okay, so if you can wait, that is well and good, right? So it will get confident, right? For now, you have seen that the market is trying to clear below these levels, right? And market got a rejection, and market is trying to push you towards the downside. One risky scalping can be taken in fact on a downside, but I don't think that you can hold very long for that one on a downside. But you should be very quick at scalping on a downside, right? Okay, for the gold, all right, so for the BT, all right, so market is trying to clear out towards the downside, which is very good, all right. Which is good, very good. So market is getting a rejection one more time, right? So for confident, you might like to wait for the kind of retest from the top, right? But if you are not able to hold it that long, right, you may like to go with the small fund, the smallest fund that doesn't make difference for you all for the shorts, right? In this level, smallest fund, taking into consideration that one retest have been done, in fact, right? Okay, so there is again a chances of getting a retest from the top, right? So while doing a retest from the top, you might like to go with normal fund once it happens to clear out your selling zone towards the downside, right? Okay, so far so cool, guys. All right, so if you have any questions, you can always ask me, throw me the questions. All right, so I'm not trying to confuse you all. In fact, I'm trying to help you all out with a which level of the risky trades and which is a confident trade. Right now, if you're trying to short in this levels, that is a risky trade. All right, but in fact, that risky trade is also has a possibility to give the profits for you all. But if it happens to try to retest from the top, right, one more time, right? Okay, if it happens to retest from the top, that is going to get you all the confident trade towards the downside. So actually, I'm looking for the downside move again one more time towards the downside, right? In fact, taking into consideration that we are not getting rejection from we are getting rejection from this level one more time, right, guys? Okay, so far so cool, right? Okay, in fact, if it happens to directly go in this levels and get a rejection from this level, I'm expecting again the price to go back and try to retest one more time on upper side, right? So just try to hope, okay, try to see which level of setup is risky for you all and which level of setup is confident for you all, right? After retest, it gets confident. Without retest, it gets less confident, risky. Okay, so whichever you want to plan it, right, you can plan accordingly. Wherever you can do the risk management accordingly, right, guys? Okay, the setup is perfect, right? The setup is already good, but just the level of retest that market needs to do is not completed yet. All right, yeah, hi. Hello, Hamdi, all right. Okay, I'm just getting a call. Let me receive this call for a while. All right. All right, that is a good scalp on the downside, but I'm expecting a price to get reversed one more time and try to crash towards the downside. Let's see, guys. All right. So if you miss the opportunity, let it miss, right? Okay. So for the BT, also one more retest I'm expecting on upper side, right? Which looks very dirty for now. I'm trying to understand, make you understand what is going to happen in these levels, right? Okay. Okay, so accordingly, you can plan it your longs as well as shorts, right? Okay, so this will be, I'll be looking forward on a gold, right, to these levels to decide which side I should move on for the my trade, right? For the BT also, I will let the price to move a little bit upper side and downside, okay, and clear it out accordingly, right? Okay, guys, let's see. Okay, so one retest I'm expecting in this level one more time. Let it flow for a while, guys. Okay, nothing much to worry. Let it flow for a while. Hey, no sound. Yeah, I was on the call, bros. All right, because of that one, right? Just wait, guys. Wait. Patience, patience. Let it flow. All right, make a little bit move. Let's wait for the perfect move, right? Then we shall plan it accordingly. Patience, guys, patience. 'It will try to give you all the position for the longs in this level. All right, guys, this is what I feel. And try to squeeze the longs, right? 'Patience, guys. Let's wait. All right, let's wait. 1.2 percentage on upper side. So I have two levels, those who are watching me lately, right? Okay, after the retest, one confident level, one risky level from the top, right? Okay, if you get more risky level from the top, we will try to trace that one as well. Let it flow for a while, guys. Let it flow for a while. No, no. Waiting is boring, I know, but for the confident, we must wait, right, guys? Small scalping I'm trying to avoid with you all, right? Okay, guys, so that you don't get messed up with the small moves. When the real moves comes, then you try to get already up mood off, right? Because of that one. All right, I'm letting it flow for a while. Just wait patiently, right? Nothing much we can do it if you're waiting for the big moves. For the gold as well as bit BT. So what I'm planning is, if it happens to break out on upper side, well and good, we'll plan along. But if it happens to get rejection from here and close below this level, we'll try to plan for the shots and try to move on a downside, right? Patience, wait, guys, wait for a while. This very important level has been since Friday. Yeah, you are correct. I'm hoping for the crash on a downside, but at the same time, we won't be that aggressive towards the short as well. All right, we try to keep our opinion open. If you try to scalp in this level, guys, aggressive plans, right? Those who are looking for, but it's going to be risky. Okay, let me see if I find any uh, opportunity for you all. Why this trading view is so slow? I don't. It is not giving me. दिल चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने तूने ओ। Excuse me. Patience, wait, guys. It is the bottom of the previous day lows should go up. However, month, week, and day bearish. You're right to wait. Patience. Try to wait a bit. Correct. Lovely. You need to wait a bit, guys. Don't get freaked out with this move. Patience. Where did I plan my thing previously? Okay. Wait. Can't do anything for now. Wait. Three level of breakdown. Lovely. So what I'm saying is, guys, if it happens to get rejection from the top and try to breaks below this levels, right, then only we'll try to see for the shots, right? Okay. Why is it so delaying my trading view? Shit. Okay. Let it flow. If it happens to fall below these levels, we'll look for the short positions. All right. So this is what we are looking for right now on the 15 minutes time frame as well, right? And our aim is to drop below $59,000, right? Okay. Wait, patience. One long scalping can be taken only till this levels, guys. Okay. If you're aggressively looking for the longs, right? So you'll have around 1% on upper side since it clears out on upper side, right? But I'm not taking in, right? But I can see one setups in this levels, right? Have a potential for the market to move above till this level, 1% move on upper side. Okay. One scalping. So after this one only, we'll see whether it breaks out on upper side or not. All right. If it breaks out, well and good. That is a trend change on the trend. All right. If it doesn't, Otherwise it have already broken down on a downside on a retest phase, on a downside if you're checking on a trend. All right. You have tried to break out on a downside. All right, so we are waiting for that one. All right, that is short below these levels. Okay, I'm not planning, but if you are planning it, all right. Wait. दिल चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने तूने आ मेचा 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 जो में कोले भी थू भी तामे दे कोले भी थू भी तामे दे kimi kimi ah Nini sleeping okay ah देखो बेटे देखो बे okay to this two levels for us to go for the shots, right? I'm not planning any longs. All right, so until and unless the daily time frame doesn't comes out for the bullish, then only I'll start thinking for the longs. All right, so I have explained to you all. Okay, for the longs, one long can be planned in these levels. Okay, for the scalpers only, right? Ah, my water is empty now. तूने तूने now your duty is, now the market have gone for the retest, right? Your duty is to see whether it happens to hold on upper side and tries to break out from this trend on upper side or not. All right, so that if it happens to break out on upper side, that's a trend shift, right, which you might like to get it on upper side, right? Okay, but if it happens to never break out on upper side, then you might like to wait. All right. किसने हो सनम तूने तूने ओ दिल चुराई मेरी okay, this couldn't give any rejection from these levels right now. All right, so your duty is to see whether on the upper side it gives any rejection or not, right? If it happens to hold above, well and good. If it doesn't hold, then a problem, right? So what I told you guys, if you're planning for the risky shots, you can plan from these levels as well, right? So in fact, if it happens to go on upper side and breaks out on upper side, right, your shots becomes invalid, all right? But most probably I'm expecting price to drop. Okay, in fact, if it tries another way, right, whereby it tries to stay above, then that our shots will becomes invalid. All right. Excuse me. What you think, guys? Will it be able to hold on upper side or not? If it holds, well and good. If it doesn't hold, market is going to crash again one more time. All right. So I'm waiting for that one. All right. If it gives a downside move, if it is not able to go for the retest from the top. Okay. I'm getting a call. It is at the bottom of the previous day low, right? Yeah, you're correct. Draven, Draven Fortress. However, month, week, and a day bearish. You're right to wait. Yeah, it's right to wait. Okay, just wait for the confirmations. Okay, so that you don't get faked out. All right, wait for the confirmation as well. In fact, again, it left one levels whereby it had to retest it. Patience, guys. Wait, wait, wait. All right, don't react too early. Tuning, tuning. Wednesday reversal, so Sunday will think for the reversal. All right. That, that, chập that, chập that, that, chập that, chập that, chập that. Let's try to go on a bigger time frame and try to analyze one more time. Right. Daily time frame. Okay, firstly daily time frame. Okay, market close below, right? So we should get rejection from these levels to go for the bearish on a downside for a week, right? So till Saturday or till Sunday, right? Okay, so our duty is to see whether it is getting rejection, if it's close below these levels or not. All right, on a daily time frame. Okay, this candles couldn't close below these levels right now. All right, if it close above, that's fine, right? Okay, if it doesn't close above, then that's going to be bearish again one more time for the daily, right? Okay. 4 hours time frame as well, right? It tried to break out towards the downside. Now it is trying to, and at the same time market tries to break out on upper side on a 4 hours time frame, which is making a slightly bullish on upper side, right? Okay, but until and unless it's not clear out from the upper side, I'm not planning a bull side, right? Especially above these levels, right? We will observe whether it tries to get fake out from these levels or not. All right, get reduction from this level or not, right? So let it mark with a green one, right? On a daily 4 hours time frame. Okay, if it comes back and closes below this level, $61,000, market is going to crash towards the downside. 56,000 or maybe towards more towards the downside, right? Okay, we might like to see that one on a 4 hours time frame for now. 1 hour time frame. We are waiting for one confirmation move in this level. We don't want sideways, guys, in this level. If it makes sideways, it will become boring. Hi, fly. All right, it's active both ways. Been in a short for a days. Right, I got in a long at 60,641. All right, that's good. That's good. You have, if you have traced an upper side, okay. दिल चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने तूने ओ दिल चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने तूने ओ one scalping one more time if it happens to get an upper side, okay. Small gap left again. Small gap left. Wednesday. It's Wednesday, okay. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Observe it well, guys, in this level. Right now, I'm not planning any longs or shorts. All right. I have not entered any longs or shorts. In fact, one position is active from this levels, $63,926 towards the downside for me, all right, which I have been holding for the long term. That one thing, right? And the scalpings I'll be taking in, all right. Let's try to find scalping for you all. Okay, one more breakout towards the downside on a 1 minute time frame. Okay, one last liquidation move we can expect if you are trying to trace one liquidations move, right? One once, 1 2 3, all right. Market tried to break out towards downside already, right? Again, on that retest, it have went up, right? Okay, if you are looking for the bearish, Again in this levels, if market tries to break out towards downside already, okay, now retest is left, the liquidations level for the long ones, short ones, right? Take out the liquidations from the top. One long scalping can be traced from here, right? But very short period, guys. Okay, for the liquidation move, all right. If it gives very risky, in fact, but if it gives, all right, if it gives one liquidation move is can be traced from here, all right. That's going to be very quick for you all. One scalping, all right, you can take the profits of 1% on the upper side. Okay. You need to have a stop loss in the zone, all right. 0.3 percentage you can take risks, all right. The gold, what's happening, gold couldn't hold, right? So wait for the retest, it have hold above right now, all right. Wait for the one retest in these levels, right? Okay, so this was the risky over here, why I was saying that it can be risky to short in these levels, right? We'll observe in this level whether the market is trying to clear out on upper side or not, right? Okay, if it clears out, you can target these levels, guys, on upper side for the gold, all right. In fact, you observe whether it clears out this level or not on a 1 minute time frame. Okay, if it happens to clear out these levels, you'll see one more move on upper side, all right. Firstly, let it try to break out on upper side. Okay, so overall I'm looking for the shots, but firstly it needs to complete the retest from the top, right? So in this level, your duty is to see whether the market happens to hold up or not. All right. If it holds up, well and good. If it doesn't hold up, again, after dropping below these levels, right, I'm going to plan my shots. All right. If it holds up on upper side, okay, if it holds up on upper side, which means market is not breaking below these levels, right? Again, trying to push an upper side, right? Then I can think for the longs, right? For the gold, so 1% move on upper side, and below these levels, short it, right? So follow the instruction carefully, guys. Okay, the market is giving one good moves on a downside and upper side as well, all right. So one long can be traced from here till this level, all right, guys. In fact, if it gives a very risky one, all right, if it gives long scalping, since it tries to break out on upper side, all right. Why is it so slow? In fact, if it gives a very risky, in fact, very risky. I'm not planning. If you're planning it, one level of retest is left from the top, which you can plan. 1.19% on upper side. You must have a stop loss in the zone. All right. So overall, if it closes below this level after the retest, I'm going to short it below this levels. All right. Okay. तेरे मेरे नाम का which you very risky, guys, very risky. What you are doing is you are trying to retest the liquidations level. If the liquidation is not given, then you won't see the price moving on upper side. Okay, so our duty is to observe the market clears out below these levels or not, all right, and wait for the small retest. After that one, we try to plan our longs or shorts, all right. Market most probably, if it keep closing below this level, that will be a confident short for us, all right, and go for the retest and come try to plan on a downside. All right, wait guys patiently. If you are waiting for the confident trade, wait guys. This is just a scalping for you all on upper side. Mm-hmm. 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 Keep closing below these levels, right? Mhm. If you don't want to plan these risky plans, it's up to you, guys. I'm not planning, but if you wanted to plan, all right. One liquidation level can be traced on the upper side, but market will try to close below this level firstly. Then only I think it will try to go for the plans on upper side. Okay, let's wait and see. Anyways, hi, fly girl. Hi, Victor. All right. Okay. So what I'm doing is overall I'm waiting for the short position. Okay, guys. Okay. So last, maybe if it happens to give you the one liquidation level, it might like to give one more retest on the upper side. Okay, so I'm giving you all long scalp, but I haven't taken it. I'm just waiting for the short position that I will be planning below this level. Once it tries to close below this level, go up and try to get rejection from certain level and try to clear below this level, right? So this will be my plans. Okay. Hope longs won't get picked out, guys. All right, just a second. One more time that you have long in these levels, right? Mhm. You're tracing the liquidations. Small risks can be taken on, guys, not very big. All right. 2,813. And big move and small scalping. All right. Very risky one, this one. Okay. You are Patience, guys, patience, patience. So this shots, all right, this shot is going to be activated once it tries to go on upper side, get rejection from certain levels and try to drop below these levels. All right, okay, one shot will be activated. So if you wanted to go aggressively for the shots, if it doesn't move on upper side, we can trace from this level as well. All right. Okay, just wait for the levels. Hi, are you enter? No, I'm not planning any longs right now. All right, but if you wanted to take one, scalping can be seen in these levels. All right, I'm not taking small scalpings for now. All right. Make your own research and nothing much financial advice, guys. Okay, make your own research before you move in, right? So that you guys don't get bashed off. So let's see whether it gets through these levels or not. All right, guys. If it doesn't get through in this level only, that's 100% perfect for the shots. All right. So just what I'm saying is, in this level, if it happens to get faked out, swap you all the way from the top, right? Wait for it. Mhm. Mm-mm-mm. Once rejection. Too near, too near. This level you should book TP1, guys. If it happens to get rejection from here only, get rejection from here and closes below this level or this levels, right? Immediately we short it, right? You see whether it gets through or not. If it gets through, well and good. If it doesn't get through, get ready for the shots below this levels, right? I'll try to short below this level. Okay. Once it gets through on upper side, less chances of coming down, but if it gets swiped up, fake you out, then I'll just wait for the position to enter in this level for the shots. All right, guys. Okay, and try to move on a downside. Risky long is given in this level with the risks with the rewards. All right, one scalp on upper side. Have patience. If it fakes you out, this is the level I'm going to short it. Not able to push through. Longs are not able to push through for the breakout, the retest phase right now. All right, guys. Longs getting rejected one more time. Wait, patience. Let's observe this level, 5 minutes time frame. Guys. Risky long, guys, in this level, risky long. Okay, just wait patiently, see what it happens. If it happens to get rejection from here only and breaks below this level, well and good. If it happens to get TP till over here, right, you'll get one TP in this levels, right? If it happens to come down and close below this level, I'm going to short it. All right, guys. Okay, below this level. For now, let it flow for a while. दिल चुराई मेरी किसने हो सनम तूने patience guys, patience. पेशेंस रखो भाई लोग, पेशेंस देखेंगे क्या करेगा मार्केट, लॉन्ग को ब्रीच करेगा कि नहीं करेगा. Okay, I haven't taken this long, guys, very risky. Okay, you are assuming that it can go on a breakthrough on upper side. Okay, so for that one I haven't taken this one yet. All right, or let me keep deleting this one. If you have taken, you keep closing this one, I guess. All right, let it close below this levels, right? Then we'll observe it. If you are taking risks, well and good, but I'm not taking any risks in this level. All right, so in this level of breakout will be, this trade will get filled if it happens to get rejection from this level. All right, rejection from this level. Okay, and again you have a chances of moving in upper side. Okay, the chances never a zero right now. All right, wait for it. One liquidation move is left on upper side, still I feel it. पेशेंस रखो थोड़ा. Okay guys, so one retest is left in this level, guys. Can plan this one with a small font only right now. All right, okay, it have broken down below the sour levels. All right, can plan with a small fund only right now. If it happens to give last the move that I was expecting, it will try to go one more time on upper side and try to, but the advantage is it try to close below this level, which is good for you all, right? Or what you can do is have the stop loss in the zone, right? And just plan on a downside, right? Okay, that can be a quick stop loss removal. Or if you wanted to wait for the confident one, let it go through on upper side one more time and wait for that one, right? Okay, but a small fund can be planned, I guess, in this level one if you want. So you are assuming now the breakthrough on upper side, the retest gets failed, all right? Because market tries to push one time, but it couldn't do the full retest on the upper side. Okay, try to get rejection from this level only. All right, market is not able to push on upper side. Okay, the breakthrough, all right, this breakthrough, this is the retest. Market is not able to push on upper side yet. Okay, on a 1 minute time frame you are assuming that one. All right, on 5 minutes it is not given yet. All right. Mhm, mhm, mhm. 5 minutes couldn't close below right now. One retest will be given in this level. It couldn't close. If you wanted to wait for the confidence, wait for a little bit more. Okay, guys. If you wanted to plan the risky, you can directly go. Okay. So risky can be planned with a small fund only, right? One small retest is left. One more time on a 5 minutes time frame. Let's observe whether it closes below or not. Only small fund can be planned right now, not very big, not very confident. All right, once it passes through below these levels, it will get confident. Small fund, guys, okay, not very big. Book TP1 in this level, TP2, TP3, and hold below, right, with a stop loss at entry. Still a little bit risky, short right now, okay, guys, a little bit risky, but we can go with a small fund right now. All right, one level of small retest is left, but in fact if it was like giving, this was the 5 minutes retest which was getting, if the market is considering this one, you will get boom on the downside. All right, but in fact if it happens to push the market towards the upper side one more time, right, if it happens to never close below these levels, right, one more retest will be given. All right, for now you can go with a small fund only. Gold as well couldn't close on upper side right now. All right, so below this level you try to get ready for the shots. All right, that will be confident. All right, okay, for the longs, if you're waiting for the longs in the gold, once it happens to pass through above these levels, you can plan for the long. All right, at least you are waiting for the confidence on upper side, right? One more retest again left for the gold as well, right, whereby if it is on 5 minute 1 minute time frame, right, so let's try to go with the 5 minutes time frame, right? Okay, if it happens to, if the market is considering this one as a retest, right, but it couldn't do from the all the way from the upper side, right, okay, it will be beautiful and confident, right, once it tries to go retest this level and get rejection from the top and swap you all the way towards downside. That's going to be a beautiful shot for you all, right? But right now market tries to give you a small retest only, right, to this level. Okay, so even if it is given this way, right, if it happens to directly come down and closes below this level, that's fine. All right, but in fact if it happens to go up and try to close above this level, then that's converted towards the long, right? So more aggressively, I'm on the shots, but not. I'm not saying that I'm biased, right? So whichever the side the market tries to prove it, right, we need to take that one, right? Okay. Market try to close below the 5 minutes, right? This level, which is advantage for us, right? Which is very advantage for us for the shots, right? Okay. Mhm. Try to have stop losses in this level, guys. Okay. So for these levels, right, if the retest is not, if its retest over, right, it shouldn't be passing above this level. So you will have exactly in this level for the stop losses. All right. Above this level, that can be a long as well, or that can be a retest as well, right? Okay. You can take small risks in this level. I'm not taking very big risks, small risks only right now. All right. Mm-hmm. One level of retest is left. All right, guys. The BT as well as for the gold. We don't know whether it is going to give it or not. In fact, we will try to take risks. Hmm. Going for the retest. Try to break down, close below as well, 1 minute time frame, which is advantage for us, right? For the shots, it is advantage that a 1 minute time frame try to close below these levels, right? Okay, it broke out. Okay, on the retest, it tried to close below these levels, and which is advantage for the shots. Okay. Hey, salam, brother. Hi, hi. Nimratil. All right, Nimratil. So where is the confidence level for the shots for the BT? So I have a two levels of shots. One is confident level, whereby there will be lots of, I mean, like risky level will have a lots of noise over there, whereby the market will be having retest, all those things, right? For the confident level, it won't have anything, right? So this is the level, right? So where I was waiting for it previously, right? Once it happens to clear through below this level, that is going to be a confident hold zone for me to go on a move on a downside, all right? Above this level, all the retests will happen, all those things, but risk always comes with a reward. You try to get a small bigger move on upper side. All right, so what's your expectation right now for the shots? Getting the retest failed, that's all right. If the retest gets passed, you're bashed. All right, so the expectation is retest getting failed. All right. Let's wait and see. Okay, guys, will the retest get passed or it will get failed? All right. Confident level below this levels, right? Wait patiently. Those who are waiting for the confident one, right, after the retest is cleared, just below this level, your short position is going to be activated. All right. Follow the instruction carefully, guys. All right. So which is the risky level, which is the thing without retest is risky level. Thing after the retest gets confirmations, right? Okay. I have 73 lost my entry 81,000. Okay. Oh shit, bro. You're holding very long, right, bro? You're holding very long. Wait, patience, guys, patience. Patience. For the confident one, have patience. All right. Patience, patience, patience. Let it close. Let it close this market. Waving chuchi tunsai. Dursus say. Apo. Come Charlie mo. Just some more minutes. Couldn't. Patience, guys, patience. All right, let's try to have analysis on. Mhm. 1 minute time frame. We are coming back to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, guys, let it have a proper retest. If it goes for a bigger retest, I will try to plan, give you a one risky plan, which is going to be a high rewards from the top. All right. Okay. If you have already planned, you might like to go with small fund only with the certain levels of stop losses above, right? 62,500 or $600 on a upper side, right? It's going to retest this level one more time, I guess. Patience, patience, wait. One gap is left. If you're not confident, you can plan with a small fund, guys. All right, risky trades. Once it clears through my confident level, you can go with a normal fund. All right. Nothing much financial advice on, guys. Okay, make your own research before you move in, right? So that you guys don't get bashed off, right? You don't complain dragons as you blah, 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 lots of things, right? Okay. Make your own research. You have lost 760. I'm sorry for that one. You planned this long from 80K, 81K. Wow, I understand, bro. Still one retest. So for when I get confident in the market is like once it clears out the retest, it gives me very confident. Right now, again, it is planning, right? Okay, on a downside, you can go with the short in this levels with a small fund. You book your TP1 in this level, all right? Already a 50% or somewhere else, right? Okay. If it plans again from this levels to go for the retest, all right, it will give you the profits. But once it tries to go on upper side, again, try to fake out, whereby the market will prove that the long ones are getting confirmed, right? Okay, at the same time, the market have cleared out on the downside already, have broken out on upper side or downside already, all right? But if it's not getting bashed off, all right, one level of retest again, market is leaving empty. If you have entry in this level, book one profit in this level, okay, guys, all right? So that even if it goes for the retest, right, from this level, okay, on upper side, quick swap on upper side, and boom on the downside, right? Something like this. Mm. Not 100% sure anything can happen in the market. This is what I think, right? Make your own research. Your confident level, because on the confident level, once it is going to fake you out, all right, whereby it will try to give you a small move on a downside, right? It will try to fake you out and try to go for a big retest, but people will think that, oh, the market is going on upper side, but whereby the people longs will get in, and that's called fake out for the longs, and market tries to drag you all the way towards the downside, all right, okay. Patience, guys, have a patience. One retest, it's not done yet, all right, guys. This is what I feel. You can have an entry with a small fund, all right, and book one profits in this level, okay, 50% of your profits, and rest once it goes up and come down below this levels, can plan for the shorts below this level already, okay. This can be a good move for you all if it moves continuously, well and good, right? But in fact, the retest should be given. Okay, guys, follow the instruction carefully if you want, if you are really interested, right? If you are not really interested, it's up to you, all right, guys. Gold came down to the confident level. Wait, all right, needs to have one more retest again for the gold as well. Wait, okay, guys, wait. It have came down to our confidence level. Patience. I'm trying to give you all the precise instructions, right? The detailing about the trade right now, all right, which is going to be very helpful for you all, I guess, all right, if you are taking into considerations, right? So for the bulls, you need to get above this level, guys. 62,400 to 500 at least, if you don't want to get faked out with the liquidation move, right? At least some levels, right, on upper side, then you can plan boom on upper side. That's going to be crazy for you all, right? Okay, for the bulls. For the shorts, confirm confidence levels once it finish the retest, and boom on the downside. That's going to be crazy for you all, right? Yeah, guys, so far so clear. Okay. So for now, for the shorts, if I was there, I can go with the small fund. I book some profits in this level. Once it goes on upper side and comes down to this levels one more time, I can go for my good entry in a downside, right? Yeah. Let's see whether it closes below or not. Gold, wait one more time. One trade, good profits. That's all we are waiting for. All right. The perfect one. We don't want to go for the 100 trades and try to make $0, right? Negative $500, $600, but we just wait for the confidence one. And once it is boom. All right. Need to wait what to do, guys. All right. Sorry for Nirmati, Nirma, Ratif, Nirmatif. Entry, right, guys? Okay. Small fund entry, okay. Right now, short small fund entry. All right. You're making sure that right now, small fund means risky levels whereby you're making sure that the retest is going to be confirmed, right? Okay. If it doesn't get confirmed, you're losing very small, right? If you don't have patience, right? Okay. If you have patience, wait for the retest and try to boom on a downside, right? Okay. Wait for that one, I guess, right? Nothing much financial advice now, guys. Make your own research before you move in, right? So that you guys don't get blame me later on, right? Yeah. So you need to know this market first, study the market first, right? Then it becomes easy to make money in the in the market, right? If you're not able to understand the market, you keep losing it because like you react too early, right? You closes too early, and lots of things over there, right? So which you need to take into considerations. But I'm not a financial certified expertise to advise you all, but this is what I do usually. All right, okay. So even if I lose, lose small, right? If I win, bang, right? So this is what I do. All right, guys. $100 Dragon Fortress. All right, $100, 100. You mean $100 or 100 percentage, right? Damn right, you got to understand. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. If you understand the market, even if you make losses, you will be controlled, under control, right? You are under controlled. All right. Okay. Even if you make profits, you know why you are getting profits. All right. For the gold also, right? If you are not able to have patience, right, you can go with a small fund in this levels, right? Once it clarifies the retest level, it might like to do a small retest, right? For the gold, right? It might like to go back one more time, that time. All right. So maybe certain levels, right? Boom, on a downside, right? So that is called what I call after retest confident levels. All right. Before retest less confident level, right? Okay. So you should know the thing, I guess, for the beginners, where you can fail if your trade setups. Like if you're going for the setups, I know where I can fail, right? Where I can fail, where so exactly I try to plan the levels whereby I can fail. I can go for the long as well as shorts, right? Usually, right? Usually what this is what I do, okay? I can plan for the levels whereby I can not very holding, right? So that my stop loss is going to be a smaller, right? And that level helps me to give patience as well. So exactly, I will try to know that Bob this level I can't hold, right? Bob this level I can't hold, right? Because that market is going to convert towards the bullish or the next level, right? So exactly, I try to sometimes it could try to swap the liquidations and try to bash me around, but exactly I try to look for the positions whereby it can be converted towards the long as well as shorts, right? So so once it gets failed on the one side, I try to plan on another side, right? Okay. So exactly if it is reversing it, I will know that from where I should get exited. So in that places I try to keep my stop losses, right? So that's going to be easier for me, right? So once it tries to clarify these levels, try to close below these levels, right? And try to go on upper side, okay? And this is exactly level whereby I try to keep my stop losses because above this levels it's going to be bullish one more time, right? If it tries to fade me around towards the short side, right? Okay. So once it finishes the retest level, okay, not before the retest level because like before the when we try to enter before the retest, right, we never knows how far the retest can go, but we can have expectations, right? But that's going to be a liquidity swap for you all, right? Okay. Wait for this move for the gold if you wanted to go for the confidence one, right? So this confidence level, okay, if you wanted to plan a gold also like a confident like a little bit more, right, and less risks, once it finishes the retest, right, you can plan from here as well. If it happens to move till this level and get rejection from top, this means that now market is not able to push an upper side, right? Now it's coming down, and if it clears out from the certain levels, then you'll know that the market is then after breaking towards the support, which means the market couldn't press an upper side and it came down and pushes you towards the downside, right? Okay. So for the gold as well, you can exactly plan in these levels once it tries to get a rejection from the top, right? Okay. So exactly can plan in these levels and try to go on a move downside. Okay. Once it happens to, if it happens to get a retest from the top, right? Yeah. So retest levels, I will be expecting in these levels for the gold to move till once more time, right, to move till these levels maybe, right? Okay, so this is the level whereby I will be expecting gold to move upper side, right, and come down and clear below this level, whereby this is my confident levels and this is. So if you can't hold all the way that way, right, so you can go with a small fund that doesn't make differences for you all. That is going to remind you all that from where you can plan your shorts or you plan your longs, right? Okay, if it happens to move directly towards downside, it will get stuck in the certain levels, right? And again, it tries to go for the retest one more time. So that time it might be a little bit more, all right? So more time it takes in these levels, right? The higher the retest can be, right? Okay. Okay. So market tries to just give a small breakthrough in these levels, right? Small breakthrough. Let's try to see on a 1 minute time frame, right? Okay, yeah, it have closed below, which is the confident one for us, all right, but the retest is still left. It doesn't mean that the retest is over, right? Retest is still, the market is going to go for the retest, right? So it tried to close below, right, on a 1 minute time frame, which means the market can throw the price on a downside. Okay. So you're waiting for the retest to be done, going up, coming down, and closing below the support. That's going to be a confident one, right? For now, it have tried to give you a small move only on the downside, right? Okay. Wait patiently, right? Have patience. Gold try to close, go directly towards the downside. Wait, all right. So understand it what the market is trying to do for you all, right? So you should be able to identify whether the market is going to give you all the sideways or not as well, all right? So sideways means market not able to close below, all right, not able to break out on upper side, as well as then you'll be getting a sideways for a time being, right? So if it happens to not close below these levels, if it gets rejection one more time, then you can expect the sideways, right? Okay, sideways means it is going to take a little bit more time, all right, before it decides, right? And later on it tries to boom retest it and try to drop you all the way towards the downside, right? Okay, so let's observe whether it tries to get sideways or not, right? So if not to get a sideways, you should just close below these levels and try to do one retest and just clear it out. That's fine. Yeah. So on the sideways, so if it's trying to make sideways, just get out of the setups and just sleep. All right. Because it's going to take time. So after the retest done, again, wait for that positions and that levels and try to short it and just go on a down. Boom. Right. Yeah. This is usually what I do. All right. Small fund. All right. Small fund. So you need to keep booking this profits. You cannot be trusting this levels. All right. Yet. All right. This is the confident level for the shorts, but you need to keep booking some profits if you have entered with a small fund. All right. Because anytime the price will jump out for the retest. Right now it have not gone for the good retest from the top. The more time it takes, the higher the retest can be. All right. This is the fact. Let's see whether it moves without the retest or moves with the retest. So I'm just explaining you what's happening in the market, right? At the same time, you will be like understanding the market, right, with me, right? And accordingly, it will be advantage for you all to learn as well, right? And try to understand the market. So whenever you try to plan your setups by yourself, then you exactly understand what's happening with the market, right? So why these things are happening, that you sometimes you see that market, you enter and exactly market goes back to your stop loss and try to come down all the way. So those things you should understand, right? So people says that, I enter, sometimes I enter and it usually it goes in my directions, but what it happens is it goes back to my stop loss and just hit my stop loss and comes back, right? Because the market setups is like now over here, this is a perfect setup. If it happens to close below these levels, that's the shorts for now, right? Okay, so at least we are getting out of the sideways, right? Small sideways if it is trying to. So you try to enter, the setup is perfect already, but market wins back to the stop loss and try to get out to you and try to go for, that is a retest that market is doing, right? Okay, so retest is tracing you for the stop loss. All right, the market retest. Market is not able to close below, right? Small sideways can be expected if it doesn't close below. Let's try to see what will happen in this level. All right. Gold gave a small move on a downside. Still, the retest is left, guys. Okay, 0.32 percentage only. So this, if the market, so what I say is like for you all, like if the market happens to never give the retest, sometimes market doesn't gives you the retest and try to gets down as well, right? Okay, that's what I call the incomplete formation of the structures, right? So for that reason, the small fund is going to work for you all, right? Okay. Jai Shri Krishna, Allah, all right, chemistry, all right, Shri Krishna, Bhagavan Gita, Shri Krishna, Lord Krishna, right? Jai Shri Krishna, all right. Okay, guys, it's getting bored, but for the BT also, you can go with a small fund, right, in this level, right? Okay, and you book profit when it tries to clear on downside. If it's not trying to make you the sideways, you'll get the profits, right? And if when it goes for the retest and confirms it, you can go with the normal fund, right? So if it tries to make sideways, it it won't give you very big move on upper side. Okay, even if it makes you the sideways means like it is going to take time, that's all right. The shots that people have planned the shots, but the market is not ready to plan give for the shots, all right. So which means that market will try to confuse you, right? And the longs will be invited and shorts will be invited, whereby the stop loss will be try to remove the stop loss, and later on it tries to give you the one-sided move. All right, guys. Gold crash all the way down without a proper retest, small retest, which is being considered in this level, right? Okay, we don't know whether it is trying to make a sideways for you all or not. Short setup on 5 minutes, one more move left. Gold, so guys, gold have not given any bigger retest in this level, only small retest. Okay, so what I'll be expecting is, okay, sideways will be created in these levels, whereby gold will try to jump out from the certain levels, right? Okay, again, because it's not clearing the sideways. So why? Because like market needs to go back for the retest, right? that time market will try to create you all the sideways in this level one more time. This is what I feel for now. All right, so market directly drops down to take the liquidations w patterns in this levels, right? Okay, without the proper retest from the top, right? Market might have a chances, all right, whereby you'll have another chances to short it one more time, all right, from this levels, all right, once it completes the sideways completes the retest from the top. All right, so nothing much to worry over there. All right, if you have not, if you have been waiting for the confidence trade, all right, the market is going to reverse from the sudden levels, right, on the upper side. Okay, and after the retest is done, then it will be again confidence for you all to plan for the shots one more time, right? Okay, so I don't see anything. I don't think you need to worry a lot about that thing, right, guys? Okay, so we are just observing in the 5 minutes right now on the BT, right, whether it is going to make you the sideways or not, right? So it got a repeated rejection in this levels, right? So sideways means it won't move all the way towards the upper side, okay, even if you have entered, but it will try to play inside this one for a while, all right? Okay, let's observe whether it tries to clear out towards the downside or not. Okay, is this BTC? I'm from India. All right, chemistry. All right. Yeah, this is on BTC, right? You have on a gold, right? Okay. So what I told for the gold can go with a small font if it gives no retest. If it gets confused, if you're waiting for confidence, wait it, right, guys? Wait. Still, you have a chances, right? From the sudden level, the gold is going to get reversed and upper side and do the retest that time again. Maybe not now, but even if it doesn't do right now in this level, certain levels, right? One day again it was going to come back and try to fill up your setups. That's all, right? Okay, so market tried to directly drop from my confidence level towards the downside without giving a proper retest. All right, BT can go with a small fund right now. All right, similar like gold, right? If it happens to never give a retest, you can still have some profits on the downside. Okay, so I'm not if it happens to, again guys, if it happens to never give this retest on that this levels, right? This levels of retest similar for the BD as well. Okay, if it happens to directly clear out to this levels, right, you can expect one more time the price to go up and do the retest in this level. That time the retest is going to be a little bit on upper side, all right, whereby the market will try to go for the retest in this levels of line. All right, so again you are waiting for this levels. Once the retest is confirmed, right? And but what one thing, guys, if it happens to directly go down without the retest, I may not expect all the way price to give me the big targets on a downside, right? Sometimes it happens, but most probably, right, I may not expect all the way to move towards the downside. So most probably I will be expecting one more time of the sideways in these levels, whereby, okay, market trying to get rejection from the certain levels after clearing it out, right, and trying to go for the retest one more time, right, playing around on this levels, right, from this level, wherever it is, right, and trying to clear out towards the downside. All right. So what you can do is, right, if you have planned your short in this level, if it doesn't make any sideways in this levels, right? Okay, so if you have already entered with a small fund, all right, so you can keep booking some profits, right? So at least you get some profits in this level, because the market situation you have to understand and try to analyze accordingly, right, guys? So let's see. Okay. Sideways on a Wednesday is so boring, right, guys? Wednesday should be a good move day, in fact. What a dirty candles formation in this levels, right, guys? So market what is doing, guys, all right. So if I try to explain you all, market tried to break out on upper side, got a rejection from this level on the retest, right? Market came down and broke below this support that you have a support from the previous one, right? Okay, So this was the support. It tried to clear out, making a bearish. All right, the bearish side is not trying to. It have on a 1 minute time frame. It have tried to clear out you towards the downside already, which means for that small time frame, right? Market is trying to move towards the downside, towards the certain level. All right, guys. Okay. So if it is not able to clear below this levels, right? So previous low, right? Then you will expect a sideways whereby the market if it is not able to close below guys this levels, right? If it is not able to close below this levels, again it gets rejection and tries to go up and try to break out on upper side, then the market will play inside this box for a while. All right, guys. Okay, so we make sure that it is trying to break below this level and try to give you a small move on a downside, right? Okay, so that we are clearing out from the sideways. Okay, so while going on upper retest phase, it won't get stuck on upper side. For the retest, it tries to get swapped on upper side and try to jump on a downside directly. All right, okay guys, so understand this levels so carefully. So for now, market needs to clear below the support. All right, towards the downside. All right, if it happens to get rejection one more time, the market is going back and trying to break above this level, that's again you are going to get a sideways, right? So market will try to play in this zone for a while, and later on it try to do a small retest and try to dump you all the way towards the downside, right? So this is exactly I think what's going to happen. All right, but for now our duty is to observe whether the market tries to clear below these levels or not. All right, if it clears out, well and good, but if it doesn't clear out, then you need to wait for a while for your confirmations of the trace retest, right? Okay. So this is how I understand the market when I'm trying to trade it, right? So that becomes easy for me to, all right, well and good, you can go for a small fund, right? If it clears to clarify on the downside, that's well and good for us. I'm not trying to confuse you all, right? But that's how you understand the market situations. You have to understand what is trying to do it, right, guys? This is BTC, brother. There is a nomenclature on the downside. You can look up to that one. Those who are watching me for the first time, though this is the market is a little bit boring right now, you might like to hit a subscribe button or right side, guys, so that you guys don't miss my live streaming from Monday to Friday sessions, right? Okay. So what I do is I try to explain you what the market is doing. Okay, going back again one more time. So you'll be expecting a sideways now, guys. Okay, it will take time. All right, guys, it will take time now. All right, let's see whether it directly goes for the retest and tries to come down or not. All right, again, if it tries to come down and below, then you will have a time being for the sideways in this level. All right, so this is going for the retest from the top right now. All right, okay. So for the shots, we make sure that, all right, we make sure that price is getting rejection from the certain levels, right? Okay, so people will be thinking that it's going to be a long for them, right? So if it happens to clear above this levels, right, this this trend on upper side hold above, that's well and good. That's a market structure shift, right, which can be a bull side for you all as well. All right, but the main thing is like you should get a rejection from certain levels, this levels, right, maximum this levels, and try to swipe you towards the downside, and you're waiting for the levels in this levels. All right, okay, for the shots one more time, this level, same level. All right, okay. If it is not trying to clear out, okay, so if it gets rejection again from this levels and try to clear out again, you will be trying to see a sideways in this level whereby the market will try to play around a bit, right? Okay, and this level, so later on only towards the after 4 2 hours, 4 5 hours, then only see the drop or the bump. Okay, Let's see, okay, just for a while. We'll try to observe for a while and try to see what's going to happen in this level. All right, guys. So what's happening with the gold? Gold dropped all the way towards the downside without a proper retest, which is okay. All right, small fund only. BT tries to pump on upper side, right, for the retest. All right, so we are waiting for that one. The more times the BT takes in the sideways, for the higher the retest can be. All right, guys. Okay, higher the retest can be. So well and good if it directly tries to go on upper side and try to clear this retest. All right, so we won't expect any sideways in this level. All right. Understand the market, what I'm trying to say, guys. All right. Market try to fake out the short in this level if you try to understand for the shorts, right? So if people are not understanding the shorts, market try to fake out the shorts, okay, and market went for the upper side, okay. So let's see whether the market is giving you all the bull move or just trying to fake out the longs and try to swap you all the way towards the downside, right? Wait. So what you can do is, guys, all right, if you don't want to get stuck inside this, if the market is making sideways or it is being done or not, all right, just wait for the positions to come, price to come below this level, whereby I said that this is a confident level for you all to short it. Just once it clears below this one, you can just go for the shorts. All right, the confident level. All right, guys. Risky one, all right, risky one, you can plan from the top as well. All right, once it tries to get rejection from this level and try to close below this level, you can plan for the risky one from this level as well. Okay, so that will depend on the market it is trying to form, whether it is trying to form you the more confusion stage or for by the sideways, or is it just trying to give you all the moves. All right, okay. The one thing that I told you about the long scalping, this is exactly what we are waiting for, right? So one long scalping, I said to you all that market will try to close below this level and try to go for the retest, right? This is the long scalping that I told you all before, right? Well, while I was planning this setups on the downside, what I told you that then there can be one long scalping that is going to be a little bit risky, in fact, if it happens to close below, right? Okay, again, one more move is left on the upper side, okay, one small move that might expect till $62,828 as well. Wait, all right, wait. If you don't want to get any confusions on upper side level, just wait below, right, guys? Okay, once it tries to clarify all the sideways move, right, it shouldn't get rejection from this level this time. It should go up to this level and try to come down. Otherwise, this is making a sideways again for you all. Again, market try to get in the certain level and try to jump out on upper side. Okay, if it happens to come down and close below this level, this is 100% sideways for you all. All right, so market shouldn't come down and close below this level. Rather it should go directly on upper side and get retested and come down. All right, that will be a beautiful for us, those who are planning for the shorts. All right, it's making a sideways for you all, guys, again. Okay, it can make sideways. Your level of retest is not completed. Just with a small point, market try to play you around, right? Confuse the people, right? Those who are planning longs as well as shorts. 0.33% on upper side is left. All right, you might like to expect the price to fall till this level with this sideways, till this level or till this level. All right, 61,471. It is giving you the setups for the shots, but at the same time it is playing around with your retest zone. Swap it. Now market is playing a little bit tricky, right guys? A little bit tricky for you all. All right. Those who are planning without idea, they will have lots of confusion in this levels, what the market is trying to do in this levels, right guys? Okay. If it closes below, we can plan shots. All right. Risky shots. In fact, again, why? It didn't do the quick proper retest from the top again. You can at least aim this maximum level to $61,206. If it continues, well and good, right? Retest, it had to take it. It didn't complete that one with a small point, which means that next time it goes for the retest, it goes try to jump out a little bit more. 0.33 percentage, right? Let me try to clear this one for you all, right? It looks steady for you all. Just a second. Okay guys, try to understand the market, right? Okay, for these levels, right, again market has a chances to go under these levels and try to retest on the upper side. Okay, it have left one small move on upper side whereby it is trying to make you all the sideways in this level, guys. You observe it properly, right? If it clears out directly towards downside, that's well and good. You'll get one move on a downside, that's going to be small move, maybe maximum till this levels, right? Okay, so you might like to expect that sideways in this level only. All right, you observe whether it is trying to again get the rejection on the upper side or not. All right, if it closes below, you can have a stop losses in the small move, right? So expecting that, all right, you won't be having any sideways move, right? And you can plan on a downside sale zone. All right guys, okay, you need to have very small stop loss in these levels, whereby if the market tries to go for the sideways, you'll be immediately getting out of that setups. So at the same time, this is going to be a medium type of setups for you all, whereby if the market tries to change you towards the sideways, so how the market is going to go for the sideways, if it gives a small move on the upper side and break out above this level, that's going to be a sideways for you all, right? So you can keep aggressively if you're looking for the setups, right? This is going to be a little bit medium size of medium type of setup for you all, whereby you are thinking that you don't have a sideways move anymore, right? Okay, so in fact if it tries to make you the sideways, then you are going to get bashed off, right? Okay, this is called medium type of setups, right? Okay, if it gets rejection from here and tries to clear above these levels, then again you are expecting the price to move in these levels one more time, right? Whereby market will try to play inside this one more time, all right? So it will continue, all right? But the thing is guys, those who are planning aggressively shots, all right, early, okay, so the thing is, if it tries to play a lot in the sideways, you're expecting the price to move a little bit on the upper side. Okay, if it tries to convert towards the sideways, all right, so later on, well, going for the retest from the top, you are going to get a big retest on the top, right, whereby those who are planning shots, the market is trying to remove that one. All right guys, okay, if you're planning the setups, all right, you need to have very small stop loss in this levels, whereby you are not expecting any sideways in this levels, right? Okay, you need to book some profit in this level, and this is accordingly. All right, so as such, I don't find any good setups in this levels right now. All right, okay, if you are trying to apply for your small setups, right, might be useful. All right, small scalpings, otherwise not very big holding setups I can see in this levels for now. All right guys, okay, So you can take a small risks with some considerations in this levels right now. All right. Okay. Hello, sir. Gold is straight. All right. Gold try to break down towards the downside from the confident level, right? Without proper retest, it tries to break you all the way towards the downside, right? Okay, you might expect still this levels, or from certain level, I think it is going to make sideways again for you all, or okay, which means that market might like to give you all the pullback on upper side for the gold. All right, because it have left one retest level left. All right, whereby the market can do that again. All right, for the gold. All right, so one retest was left, right? So for that reason, right, so market might like to break out towards the certain levels, right? And so it will try to do something like this. All right, guys. If it closes up directly, well and good, but most probably it will try to fake out these levels and try to swipe you towards downside and try to move on upper side, whereby you can trace till these levels a long one. All right. So till this level, you are not doing anything, right? You're waiting for the price to come on upper side. Once you are in this levels, you are not doing anything. Let it go on a downside. All right, clear this levels, take the liquidations out. Right, those who have the longs in this levels, right, market will try to take them out. Once it tries to clear out that levels, right, let it go how long it can go. The first levels, you are not doing anything because this is the liquidation level whereby the market will try to take you out so soon, right, guys? Okay, so in this levels, market will try to give a small long move in this level, whereby the longs are getting squeezed in this level. It will try to give you a small move on upper side. All right. Okay. So it will try to give you a small move in this levels, whereby the longs will get entry and they will be swiped up towards the downside, and you are waiting. After this gets swiped up, then you are waiting in this levels to get for the long entry. Once it swipes towards the downside, if you try to plan in a downside, there is a high risk zone, right? So for the confident levels, you just wait for the price to come above this level. You can trace a gold till this level, right? In fact, if it gives a good retest on the top, whereby the market is trying to give you no retest, proper retest on this level, whereby the market can give you all the one sideways move in this levels, right? So in this level, market will try to give you the long setups, but you try to ignore that levels. All right, guys. Once it gets swiped, then only you try to plan. Once it happens to come to this level, that is $4,128, you can have multiple TPs in this level, whereby you are going to get a quick profits on upper side. That will be a swap on upper side, whereby it market will try to take out the shots they have in this levels, right, guys? Okay, so that can be one setup for you all, one percentage. Nothing much financial advice. Make you try to make your own research before you move in, right? So that you guys don't get squeezed, right? Okay. So most probably I'm expecting market to make one long setup in this level. People will try to open a long in this level and they will get swiped up, and market will dump towards downside to take them out. Then only the market is going to give you a swap on upper side, whereby you will be expecting price to move towards the upper side, maybe a $4,185 as well on upper side, right? Okay. So market is in this level. I am expecting the market to drop towards the downside firstly. All right. Okay, towards the certain level, maybe this levels or a little bit towards the downside. All right. For that one, if you are planning this short scalp, right, I cannot expect very long move on a downside because it might like to make one sideways in this level for now. All right. But in fact, I can take risks with a small amount in this level with a small stop losses. In fact, if it tries to make a sideways, I just get out of that setups, right? But if it gets a so this understand the risk levels that I'm like, trying to explain you all, right? So you can make some profits in these levels with the certain levels, right? But you need to keep booking some profits while it is moving in a downside. All right, you cannot expect very long move on a downside is what I feel. All right. Okay, so let's see if it's trying to directly go on a sideways or not. Okay, if it tries to move towards the downside. All right, so I should be expecting the price to move a little bit towards the downside to invite the shots. All right, so but the people who have shots, all right, they won't be knowing that market is trying to make them the sideways if they are not knowing that the retest is not completed, right? But this is what the market usually try to do in this levels, right? Okay, so after this is completed, all right, then the gold move on upper side, then the BT drops on the downside, right, guys? Okay, in this level only the small amount can be invested, whereby okay, so this is how you try to understand the market. This is how I understand the market, but if it is helpful for you all, that's well and good, right? But if it is not helpful, if it's confusing, a lot of confusion for you all, you might like to ignore as well, right? Okay, So if you are expecting the price to, for example, if you're if the market happens to make a sideways in the upper side, what you can do is just wait for the price to drop towards the certain level, right? And try to move on a downside, right? Okay. So certain level, the confident level that I have mentioned is this level, right? Market might like to give the firstly hope below this levels, right? Okay, firstly try to break below this level. So this is my confident level whereby the market can trace me around, right? So everyone will be waiting, for those who are following my strategy, they will be waiting in this level to short it, right? So market went up again and again tried to make another sideways, right? And their stop loss will be gone, right? and and market later on tries to move on upper side or downside, whatever it is, right? Okay guys, let's see. Okay guys, what the market can do in this level or not. All right. So don't for the gold, don't try to, you will have a long setup in this level, but don't try to get trapped in this levels, right? Market will trap in this levels, right? It will give you the long position, but it won't give you the profits. All right, so this, like, market will try to bash you around this levels, right? I think that's all for today, right guys? Okay, so if you're holding in this levels, right, okay, you can go with a small fund only. In fact, if it tries to make sideways from here only, you just try to get out immediately, right guys? Okay, so that's almost 15 minutes, 12, 13, 14, 15, 3 hours that I have spent it talking with you all. In fact, were not doing anything, but we try to understand what the market was doing, but it's not trying to give you the profits for the long as well as shorts for the BT right now. All right, so which means the market is trying to make you all a sideways zone. All right, okay. So it's never good to trade in sideways, but if you try to be a little bit careful, you might like to trade small scalpings on upper side as well as downside, right? Okay. We see the market is not able to close below right now in this level. All right. For this shorts, if you apply the shorts, the maximum, the expansion area that Bitcoin can move in this level is maximum to this levels. All right. You shouldn't pass above this levels, otherwise it will directly try to make the sideways on upper side. Okay, so without giving you the drops, right? Okay, so from this drop, from here, whatever it is, right, you should be dropping till this certain levels towards the downside. All right, otherwise it will try to make the sideways from the upper side only, whereby you are getting out immediately. All right, if it happens to move, so you need to have stop loss in this levels whereby you get out of the setups immediately once it market tries to make you sideways from the top only. All right, okay. Hope that is helpful for you all. Okay, so though we are not doing anything, but I try to explain you the setups, whatever the market is trying to play around, but it may be important or may not be important, right? If your setups not working, the market gives you the setups, but it's not giving you the profits, you should know what the market is planning in the market, right? The market BT or whatever it is, right? The asset is planning in the market, right? Okay, so you try to understand the market, it becomes easier for you all to make dollars. All right, if you try to trade in the sideways levels, you try to get bashed off frequently, right guys? Okay. Let's see, in this level market will try to make sideways in this level directly, or try to give you a small drop and try to go for the six sideways again, so you will be having a bigger sideways zone in that level, right? So what the market did in this level, right? So market tried to break out on upper side, and the retest failed. Okay, market again came down towards the downside and the retest failed. All right, the market again broke out on upper side. Okay, so it's going for the retest, right? If it crosses this level, you are going to get 100% sideways in this level, so it is going to take time to clear out from this sideways. 3 to 4 hours you won't be getting any setups, you'll just getting the bash off if you try to trade again and again. That's all in the BT right now. All right, so observe it well. If it clears up this levels on upper side, 3 to 4 hours you're not getting any setups. All right, okay, you'll get only the sideways move. Okay, so this is what I feel. All right, so try to make your own research. All right, if you have planned your short setup, once it clears out from this levels, try to close that one and try to slip, guys. All right, okay guys, so this stop loss is gone for the small setups, right, which was a medium type trade. All right, so no expectation on BT right now. All right, let's close a little bit. All right, let's observe together, right? So most probably clearing out above this level and try to settle above, you are getting 100% sideways in this level. 3 to 4 hours, you won't be finding any move on upper side or downside. Okay, at least for this on 1 minute time frame. So on the 5 minutes time frame also, you are trying to get us. So you see now the market is breaching out this setups, right? Market moving for the sideways, right? I don't expect anything in this levels right now, right? So maybe small move again, getting rejection in this level again, trying to play inside this one, and you might like to get a sideways. Then only later on market tries to give you the setups, right? Okay, so that time, all right, if it happens to go for the retest, it might like to go for the bigger retest. You might think that is a real breakout, but it may not be a real breakout. You might like to get bashed off as well. All right, for the gold again, trying to break out on the upper side. Okay, so for the BTI, we are not planning anything in these levels right now. All right, so just let it flow for a while, guys. Okay, so 3 to 4 hours, don't think anything over here. Right, so if you think, right, so in this levels, market will try to fake you around in this level one more time, right? So market, if it happens to break out in this level, it may be a danger zone for you all to plan for your longs or shorts, whatever it is. In fact, if it happens to settle above and try to break out on the upper side, okay, so market try to get a repeated rejection from the bottom and try to push you all the way towards the down upper side. Okay, now the what the market is going to do is like market will give you all the breakout in these levels, right, and not able to pass the retest on upper side. Okay, and again it should swipe you. So this is called the sideways, whereby the long setup, short setup is given, long setup is given, again market try to swipe you around, right? This thing is going to happen in this level, right? Okay, so later on of after 3 to 4 1, right, so what I'll be doing is, right, once it tries to clear out, so after 3 or 4 it will try to come down and break it down to this levels again one more time, right? Okay, and the shots one will again get swapped up, right, and I will be waiting for the final one. After that one, once it comes out towards my perfect zone, I'm going to plan my shots and try to on upper side. I won't focus how much it moves up for the retest. I just wait for these levels to short. All right, so below this levels I'm going to go for the big swap on a downside. All right, so in fact if it happens to exactly whatever I have explained, but it may not happen sometimes as well, right? This is not 100% sure that this is going to happen, right? Okay, but most probably I'll be expecting that way. All right, in this levels I'm not going to trade anything, right? Once this is cleared, right, then in this levels if it happens to clear out, all right, that time it will try to give you all the support levels in this level, whereby it will try to break out towards the downside. Okay, you will be observing that support levels, right, and that exactly when the support is cleared, then you are only I will try to plan for the shots. All right, okay, so this is all for today, right, guys? Okay, nothing much we could do it, right? I try to plan for the shots in these levels, right, but it try to give us the bash off, right? So you observe whether it tries to clear out these levels or just get rejection, fake you out on the long side and try to swipe you around towards this zone. You plan long shot, or whatever it is, right, guys? Okay, so I'm not going to trade for a 3 to 4 hours. After that only I try to maybe tomorrow, right, guys? Tomorrow only might like to expect this move towards the downside, right, guys? Okay, so around the same zone. All right, I'll be observing in these levels, right? I'll be waiting for these levels. Wherever it tries to create it, then only I try to maybe midnight or tomorrow morning or whenever it is, right? So I'll let it play for now in these levels for now. Okay, guys, for a BT, let's not trade for our 3 to 4 hours. It is going to bash you all for 100% sure. All right, guys. Okay, this is the long setup. Don't get faked out in this long setup for now. For the gold, let it swap this long setups, those who have longs in this levels, right? Once it swap it up, you wait for the set same level in this levels and try to go for the upper side move. All right, guys. Okay, then you'll get one good move on upper side. Okay, then all right. Okay, so this is a swapping levels whereby you will try to, this is a long setups, right? You'll see a W patterns again, one retest will be given and it will try to give you a certain levels, right, maybe till $4,139 and swipe you towards the downside for the gold, right? So just wait for the price to go till this levels, right, till swipe you out on the gold, right? Once it tries to clear out on upper side, then plan for the longs, right? Okay, so I try to understand the market, but I see no hope for the market right now in this levels right now. Okay, so market is trying to make a W pattern in these levels, right? So market, don't trust whatever you see in the market. It might be a good one, but sometimes you might like to get bashed off as well, right? Okay, so next move, right? So if I'm waiting for the confident one, I'll just wait for the market to go all the way towards the upper side. I just do nothing in the upper side, right? Once it tries to come down, all right, come down below these levels, right? I'm going to swap towards the downside for the liquidity. I will be waiting for the liquidity to swap towards the downside, and I'll try to go all the way towards $59,000 to $56,000 on the downside. All right. In fact, if it happens to never happens to hold on upper side, okay, just small explanations and all those understanding the market. All right, but nothing much financial advice. Make your own research before you move in, right, guys, so that you guys don't get bash off, right? That's all for today, but most probably we'll try to come to tomorrow's sessions and try to see if something have happened, and we'll try to understand the market one more time, right? What has happened tonight, right, guys? Okay, so most probably for 2 to 3 hours I'm not trying to trade anything in this levels, right? Okay, all right, guys, so it might like to give you a small move on upper side that you might like to think that is a real breakout, but that will be a retest that market have tried for all sideways and try to give you all an upper side. But if you're not knowing, if you are aggressively planning, but you might like feel like you are getting a long move, right? But it may be till the certain level only, it might like to swipe you all the way towards the downside. All right, guys, okay, so that's all for today. Have a good time, take care. I'll see you all tomorrow at the same time, right? Okay, we'll try to understand the market and try to trade, then only it will be profitable. Otherwise you try to blindly plan it, you won't get a profit for the longs as well as shorts. That's going to be boring for you all. You'll be removing your small fund. At this last, you'll be trying to remove a big fund, which is going to be a crazy losses for you all. Right, guys? Okay. Have a good time. Take care. Signing off, Dragon.